we are going to see the experiment of no load and block rotor test on a 3-phase induction motor. Here the main objective of this no load and block rotor test is used to find the equivalent circuit diagram, and this equivalent circuit diagram, in equivalent circuit diagram we are going to find the values of no load impedance, resistance, reactance, power factor, block rotor resistance, impedance, reactance, and all these things we are going to find the values, and then by that value we can draw this equivalent circuit. And these are all the nameplate details where we have to see in the 3-phase squirrel cage induction motor. And in this nameplate detail we have to write this value, and by this rated current in amps we have to write the calculate the fuse value. This fuse value is have to be written by 125 percentages of rated current value, and this is the apparatus required, that is 3-phase induction motor setup, voltmeter. This voltmeter AC we have to use the MI instruments only, that is moving ion type instruments. If it is a DC type we have to use moving coil type instrument equipment. And this is the 3-phase transformer we have to use, and double element wattmeter and another wattmeter, then connecting wires. And this in this experiment we have to see it is a main important one, that is predetermination. Without applying any load conditions we are finding the characteristics of the motor, and this is called as predetermination. The disadvantages of this direct load method: why don't we go for a direct load method? If it is a direct load method we have to apply some loads, and because of that wastage of power, and this load have to be applied to the motor. These are all the disadvantages, and the result also very accurate enough, so we can use this no load and block rotor test. Okay, then therefore we can apply the predetermination techniques, and from the losses obtained in this test the equivalent circuit can also be drawn. Then before giving connection we have to remove the fuse carriers. Okay, these are all not to be written in the record note, and these are all the precautions we have to know. Then we can find the fuse calculation. This auto transformer should be in minimum position and replace the fuse carrier when the connection is checked. Then procedure. Before going to the procedure we can see the block diagram. See, the no load test and block rotor test having the same diagram, but here there is a no load, here there is a load condition they have given. See, it is a 3-phase supply and it is connected by a tripolar single through switch and a fuse carrier followed by a 3-phase auto transformer, and a double element wattmeter is also present here, and this between this 3-phase there are 2 phases, that is R and Y. The voltmeter is connected, and this is the induction motor, and this is a circuit diagram for block rotor test. Here there is a difference, only difference, that between this no load test and block rotor test is a load connection only. No load test, it is also called as open circuit test. Okay, this open circuit test we are not even given any load to that, and therefore the circuit diagram contains no load, and this circuit diagram is shown as per the circuit diagram, and circuit connections should be made. Okay, and with the help of auto transformer starter it should be in minimum position during start, and the supply is switched on, and the voltage is gradually increased until the rated voltage. And if any one of the wattmeter shows negative direction, then we have to bring the auto transformer to the minimum position, switch off the supply, this is the main thing, and reverse the current coil direction of the wattmeter. Okay, then we have to apply rated voltage and record the wattmeter readings. Okay, then the auto transformer is brought back to the minimum position and the mains are switched off. In each and every open circuit test, we have to apply only the rated voltage. For this circuit diagram, what is the rated voltage? We can see this three-phase induction motor, it can obtain up to a voltage of 450 volt. So we can easily say that for three-phase induction motor, the rated voltage is 450 volt. Okay, and then we are going to see the block rotor test. The block rotor test, here the connection is given as per the circuit diagram, and the only main thing we have to do is the rotor should be blocked by using this loading condition. We have to apply more load by this using the spring balance, and therefore the spring balance is moved. That is, we can clearly see that. Now the rotor is blocked without running, and by varying the auto transformer, the main after the main is switched on, we can get the voltage value, and we have to increase the auto transformer value until the ammeter reads rated current. Usually the short circuit tests are all done by varying up to the ammeter to the rated current. All the readings should be noted, and auto transformer is brought back to the minimum position. Okay, now we can get the values of 450 volt here, corresponding current and wattmeter and total wattmeter value. Then this is a block rotor test. We have to we have to vary the voltage up to the rated current. Rated current, after obtaining, we have to take only one reading corresponding voltage and corresponding power. Then by using that values, we can get the impedance, resistance and reactance value for both no load and block rotor test, and by using this formulas we can find the equivalent circuit. Thus the no load and block rotor test was conducted on the three-phase induction motor, and the equivalent circuit is drawn. Thank you.